Welcome back to BSRTV. It is round 17 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship presented by Engine Oil Direct. My name is Andrew Woodhouse and I'm alongside Adam Bath and iRacing World Championship driver Alex Simpson for the penultimate round of what's been a great season. David Baker took the title in the first race. He won't be taking it easy in this reverse grid round 2.
So we spoke to him after race 1 and he has no intentions of slowing down for the rest of the evening. He'll be starting though in lower down the order as a result of the reverse grid. Let's quickly run you through that. On the pole position it's Eckhart von Glan and alongside him is Andrew Whitehead. Andrew Whitehead managed to win race 2 at Summit Point a few weeks ago. Then third on the grid it's Paul Smith with Dan Blake in 4th, Robert Plumley in 5th with Julian Janowski in 6th, Stephen Burke is in 7th place with Robert Graham in 8th, Jim Flanagan is in 9th place with Ben Palmer in 10th, Ellis Stevens in 11th with Steve Walker 12th, Alex Smolensky in 13th place with Dan Croft 14th, David Baker, our champion, is in 15th place with Graham Cowell in 16th, with Peter Newman 17th, 18th place is Colin Steele, 19th place is Gordon Wilson, and in 20th place is Russell Laidler, as we are now going down to the grid.
Yes, we are. And Alex, the last time we saw Eckhart von Glan, he was in the Wall of Champions. Hopefully, the fact that there's no walls anywhere near the track will make his progress a bit easier this week.
Yeah, well, let's hope. It's just a tricky start here, and you can get yourself in trouble. Last race we saw, obviously, Laura going wide and tagging the Arnco there, so put pay to her race. So let's hope that gets a good start and has a chance to try and hold up some of these guys when we get an interesting little battle up front. Yeah,
he does have Andrew Whitehead alongside him, and Whitehead did, like Adam said, he did win a race earlier on in the season. So we'll see if do what von Glan can do as they go down towards Old Hall Corner for the first time. So it's another 15 laps. Adam, who's your money on very quickly?
I'm going to take a punt. I'm going to say Andrew Whitehead again.
Okay. Alex?
I'm going to go with Carroll for this one.
I'm going to go for Robert Plumley, I think. Revs are rising then. The green light is on for round 17. What a start by von Glan.
Left them for dust, didn't he? Into the first corner, and it's von Glan leading, and who's that in second place? Oh
Smith.
No, Whitehead's off completely. Is he going to be joined safely? There's cars all over the place. That's one of the Engine Oil Direct cars on the grass, but I think everyone's
off. Janowski's got to slow down, and they're all streaming through.
Peter Newman media car off in a big way.
AOR machine as well. Dan Blake, I think, was through the gravel trap. Oh, was almost contact as well with Laidler.
Smolensky was involved as well, but Eckhart von Glan continues to lead the race. It's Andrew Whitehead dropped down to 12th.
Big contact at Island Bend, and that was Daniel Hunt getting together with, I believe it was Janowski. Oh, and Apex Racing TV car in the fence as well. Andrew Whitehead's all the way down with a slowdown. Colin Steele got turned around at the hairpin.
Well,
a lot of damage on the car of Stephen Burke as well. Adam, it's all kicking off here.
I think you should just never predict a race result, because I predict Andrew Whitehead to win and he finishes in 8th, and he's now coming in 18th place. Von Glan continues to lead here. Second place, Paul Smith, I think, yet to win a race this season, so he is in second place. And third is Robert Graham. Robert Graham won race 2 at Donington Park, and he looks pretty racy already, trying to get past the Lugnut's car.
Well, my prediction's all right, Adam. So far, Plumley hasn't crashed yet, so that's good. Paul Smith in second, Robert Graham third. Alex von Glan making a very impressive first lap.
Yeah, great first lap there. I just come off of a replay there. Just have a look what happened to Colin Steele, and I got a feel for him there. He got a little tap from behind when a couple of guys got together in the hairpin, and then, of course, he waited to recover back to the track on the exit and tried to do it cleanly, and then it just got turned around, unfortunately. A little bit of netcode involved in it, and ended up in the wall. He tried to do all the right things, but ended up with a race cut very, very short.
I think it was the Engine Oil Direct car of John Roberts, Alex, that was involved there.
Seems like a good battle for P2 right now. Paul Smith for Lugnuts there, holding on to it from Robert Graham.
Yeah, Paul Smith looking strong, Adam. He's not been at the front for a couple of races, has he? But finding his way there again now.
Yeah, we haven't seen him at the top of the running order for quite a while. I was speaking to him during the off week that we had. He spoke of how much he was enjoying the championship.
No, he's not enjoying anything now.
Both of them are off. an Apex Racing TV car and a Lugnut's car both off.
You know what? I think Graham just got.
Yeah,
he got 2 wheels on the grass and he started to brake for Druids and off he goes, unfortunately. Plumley up into second. No, this is good for me.
Not the first time that we've seen a Lugnut's car puts it. Oh no, and a car's in the pits. I think that might be it's Ben Palmer. I thought it was Plumley then for a second, but it's Ben Palmer that's gone into the pits with a blown engine. So Ben Palmer out.
Yeah, Plumley sets the fastest lap of the race. Graham Carroll's in the pits as well. So, oof. Yeah, a lot of yeah, we're done for. I think.
Anybody left? I think we only 3 retirements. Laura Bond's retired again. That's another awful race for her. I mean, she's had a appalling season, really, in general after showing some promise early on. But look at Robert Plumley now. He's closing at a rapid rate on Von Glan.
These 2 teammates, of course, I wonder if there'll be a bit of team orders. Eckhart Von Glan, usually not the person that we see leading the Engine Oils Direct team, but he's going very deep into corners, as we see through the Hislop chicane and through Knickerbrook. Plumley's practically halved the gap in a few corners as we head up the hill towards Druids.
Last time round, Eckhart Von Glan did a 125.2, Plumley did a 124.0, so you can see the relative
interesting battle starting to form up here. We've got Walker, Craft, Newman and Baker now. Of course, the all 4 cars there means a lot for the Constructors' Championship. I mean, I think where Lugnuts are right now, they're going to pretty much lock that in. But yeah, if Peter Newman Media can just get a little bit racy, you never know.
Yes.
Car in the wall here or there, and they might open up the final race. Not that I would encourage that kind of driving at all.
Well, keep an eye on Plumley, Alex, because he's got a fantastic run out of Old Hall. I think Von Glan might have vanquished. Yes, he's relinquished the lead already. I think he had a slowdown, possibly.
Could have done. You could cut that corner. Usually we have a few tyre stacks at the big corners at Oulton Park, but it seems that Robert Plumley has now got the lead ahead of Eckhart Von Glan. I wonder if Von Glan will slowly fall into the clutches of Ellis Stevens behind.
Probably will, but what that may do, Alex, is it might make this battle very interesting between Stevens, Walker, Kraft, Newman and Baker.
Yeah, I can see that bunching up really, really quickly once they get onto the back of Von Glan there.
As you're saying about
stay with this for a while. Sorry, go on.
As you were saying about Peter Newman Media, Andrew, I'm sure it won't help that they haven't got Simon Fields here to help them with their team's championship campaign, but still they are running with 2 of their cars in the top 5 or so. And where their other teammates? I think Stephen Berkey's a Peter Newman Media car, he's in 19th place. Where's Peter Newman himself? He is in 6th place. So great job by the Peter Newman Media cars all season after what was a torrid season a few weeks ago.
Walker having a look down into the final corner. Oh, and he's going to get undercut here by one of the Peter Newman Media cars.
It's Dan Craft, side by side. Look at the amount of cars in the pit lane there as we go by. Not often where you see more cars in the pit lane and on the front straight. Down into the first corner. Dan Craft has got that place back away. But no, they're going to go side by side again. No, Steve Walker slots back behind. He's going to have a look down the inside into Cascades. He's teasing that car there, right, isn't he? Oh, he's off.
Oh, Alex David Baker right at the back of this group. He said he's going to go hell for leather. I think he definitely can. Actually, Von Glan is catching Plumley again. So I don't know if that was a mistake by Plumley or whether Von Glan's actually picked up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, well, Baker set fastest lap on that last time goodbye, so he's definitely going for it out there, and he knows what he needs to do for the team championship. But yeah, the gap up front, around about 1.1 seconds. So I think any time that he made, I guess Robert must have made just a little bit of a mistake there, but just starting to pull away again now.
Stevens was 2 seconds quicker than Von Glan last time around. The gap at the moment between Stevens and Von Glan, about half a second. So it's going to be interesting now through Druids. We've still got 11 laps to go in this race, and there's battles shaping up everywhere you look. Even just in the top 7, there are battles for positions as we head through Lodge, down the hill and over the line. Plumley's now got a 1.5 second lead, but surely the battle for second place is on now.
Yes, indeed it is. And well, Von Glan's got his hands full here. Alex, what does it do when you're not used to running at the front of a series, getting these laps in the top 10 and especially in the top 3 like Von Glan is at the moment? What does it give you? A lot of confidence?
There's nothing like a good result to build up your confidence. I think you know, you get a few race wins or some good solid points, then you know that you can go and do that the week after, and just puts you in a totally different mindset, and you have no idea how much that can be worth sometimes.
I suppose remember when we used to do the PS3 Formula 1. You know, we didn't think we'd be any good at that, and you get a couple of races done, don't you? And you're at the front, and you think, oh, hang on, we can do this, and builds from there, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly that.
Just look at you at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, Andrew.
Well, I mean, that was sheer dumb luck, I think, more than anything else. But you know, the car was good, and yeah, managed to pull it out. But yeah, I don't think I would have won a straight fight with, say, David Baker, though. He was very quick that day, and there he is, on the back of Peter Newman.
Through large corner then. I think a traffic jam is starting to form now behind Von Glan. Let's have a look at the lap times this time around just to see what Von Glan is doing. Across the line, Von Glan 124.6, Stevens 124.5. However,
that was half a second quicker than Plumley, though, Adam.
Yeah, that is interesting. The gap's gone down to 1 second now, so I don't know whether Plumley's just moderating his speed or something, knowing that Von Glan is probably not as quick as he is. But that is interesting because the gap continues to go down. It's 0.8 of a second. I was just about to say that the reason why the lap times are so similar is because they're now stuck behind him. But Stevens has fancied a look down the inside, and cars queuing up behind as we head through Island Corner.
Thought about it, didn't he?
And I think Baker's now side by side with one of the Peter Newman media cars. That is Peter Newman himself. And David Baker is now up into 6th place. I don't know what happened to Peter Newman. And Newman's very slow, so I don't know whether he had a problem on the exit, but he's now dropped a fair bit away from David Baker.
There has to have been some sort of slowdown there.
Slow down. Trying to avoid hitting the back of Steve Walker, he went on the inside of the hairpin. Yeah, unfortunately a slowdown, so he actually didn't gain any time from cutting the course there, but we know how iRacing works. You cut the course, you pay for it.
We saw at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in race 1 how I think it was Graham Carroll had led the whole race. Then I don't know what happened in the final contacts. Big contacts.
Big time.
Big one with Von Glan, I think.
So, yep, Stevens and Von Glan. We didn't see that coming. How we should have really, knowing Ellis Stevens. But across the line,
Von Glan's car has only just come to rest. Oh, and they've. Oh dear.
Just having a little look on replay, we'll see the aftermath in a moment.
Stick with that as much as you can, it's worth it.
But yeah, just having a look, it just looks like Ellis got a better run. Von Glan moves to the inside defence, but then comes across to the left, I think. So, yeah, I have to say that's probably needed to leave a little bit more room on the right there.
Stay with it.
And yeah, just seeing some... Oh dear. Well, just in case there was any doubt of Von Glan carrying on, that's that over and done with, I think.
I think Ellis is getting into the spirit of the end of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, so the battle for second now is between Dan Kraft and Steve Walker. Didn't Dan Kraft finish in second place in race 1, or very high up, because he is now fighting for second place with Steve Walker, and the Lugnuts car looks racy as we head through Druze. We've still got 8 laps to go. I think Robert Plumley might be starting to come to a bit of pressure soon, because Dan Kraft is a quick driver, as is Steve Walker. We usually see them at the top of the timing pages, and look who's in 4th, it's David Baker. So these guys, they are coming for Robert Plumley.
He was 3rd, Adam, I think, in race 1, in 14th on the grid here. So yeah, he's definitely looking good. He's got good pace today. Plumley, though, leading by quite a distance. Well, quite a distance, probably a couple of seconds at the moment over Daniel Kraft. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see Plumley up there as well, because he hasn't had a great season. He hasn't had a great couple of seasons, in all fairness, but he's definitely doing well for AMD here.
Into Ireland Bend, Steve Walker has a look down the inside of Dan Kraft. Look how much Kraft closed in on Plumley there. That was incredible. The gap's down to 0.3 of a second in about a corner. So I don't know whether Plumley in the engine oils direct has got a bit of a problem, or just hasn't got the pace with these tyres or something, because as we head through the Hislop chicane, we've now got a battle for the lead here. In fact, a 4-way battle for the lead, as David Baker is now starting to close in on Steve Walker.
Battle for 11th place is Smolensky and Dan Hunt. So 2 of the men in the top 5 in the championship were knocking spots off each other as well. But yeah, you're right. Adam at the front. Plumley is starting to come under a lot of pressure.
Last time around, Robert Plumley did a 1 minute 25.2. Dan Craft did a 1:24.2. That shows you the lap time difference. And let's see what it is this time around, because Plumley has lost a lot of time somewhere. In fact, is that damage always been on his engine oil's direct car? But Dan Craft is down the inside. Ooh, close there. Lap times once again.
Plumley's wide. He took a lot of speed in.
Lap times last time around. Plumley once again 1 whole second slower than Dan Craft. So.
Is it about the time in the race, though, boys, where that damage on that front of that engine or direct car is going to cause some trouble?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'm not really sure where he picked it up. Like Adam, you know, just he's gone in way too deep there. That's the place lost.
He couldn't even fire it out of the hairpin properly to get back at Daniel Craft. So Craft up into the lead, and Steve Walker, for the first time, Adam, since the opening round of the season at Road America, is actually there.
Yeah, as we head through the Hislop chicane, he's up into second place now. I think he can taste that victory, because a few laps ago he was actually battling with Dan Craft. So I think he knows he's got the measure of the P2 Media car in front. And now David Baker will be setting his sights on Plumley. I think he knows that Plumley might be a bit easy bait now as we head through Druids. 6 laps to go. Plumley seems to have got his act together all of a sudden, because he seems to be challenging Steve Walker as we head down towards Lodge for the final time. Into the final corner. We've still got 6 laps to go.
He's got a bagload of understeer, though, Adam.
Yes, he has.
I wonder if it's the hot conditions and the sunny weather that's doing it. I remember at Gilles Villeneuve, the car was horrible to drive in the last 2 races because of the heat.
Over the line, what does Plumley do? This time around, he does a 1 minute 25.7. Even with that off, I think David Baker's going to have him pretty soon as we head down towards Cascades. The engine oil's direct car has to defend. Baker looking this way and that, because he can see Steve Walker and Dan Craft disappearing into the distance. I think David Baker's going to shape him up now.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Out of Cascades, he moves to the outside line. Will he get the move done? It's all about who's going to be latest on the brakes. Plumley does a good job of slowing the car down. David Baker has to go around the outside. He's going to try and get the cut back, though, this time.
Is it possible that Plumley's front tyres have gone, Adam?
Could very well be.
They overheated.
These front-wheel drive cars, the front wheels do all the turning.
Yeah, he's snaking around under braking as well, and that tells me that the front tyres are struggling a little bit as well, struggling to bite into the track. Alex, what's Plumley got to do now to keep our Season 7 champion behind?
Yeah, well, just not make any mistakes and keep the car on the line. Focus on his exit of his corners, and seems to be taking in way too much speed, which is making him vulnerable on the exits. And here comes Baker.
Down the inside then into Lodge. Is the Lugnut's car going to get it done? Yes, he will. Fantastic job there by David Baker. Up into 3rd place. Let's see what lap times he can set now in pursuit, as he sets in pursuit of leading to.
Plumley's not done. Oh, he thought about it into Old Hall, but that cost Baker a lot of time. It cost him 2 seconds there on the back of Steve Walker.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for him to close back up that time, I think, in just 4 laps. So let's see what kind of pace he has. Obviously, fastest man on the circuit did do a 1:23.6 early on in this race.
Battle for the lead then. Daniel Craft into the island bend, and Steve Walker right there with him. Adam, this is going to shape up to be a fantastic finish.
Yeah, Steve Walker will be hungry for another win. He hasn't won since Donington at the beginning of the season, whilst his teammate David Baker has won the championship and taken a further 2 race victories. He'll be wanting to emulate his teammate's success in these final 2 rounds. Out of Knickerbrook and up the hill towards Druids. We've got 3.5 laps to go here, and another battle involving a Lugnut's car for the race lead. Into Druids now. Steve Walker takes a different line to Dan Craft. He's going to get the better exit there through Druids, and now down towards Lodge. Daniel Craft puts his car in the middle of the racetrack so that the Lugnut's car can't get by. But I think it's going to be into one of these corners, like the first corner here, Old Hall Bend, or into Island, where we're going to see the move happen.
Walker got a good run, didn't he, out of Lodge and up the hill. Very unique circuit here at Oulton Park, although Craft made a bit of a mess of Old Hall, and that's going to allow a massive run from Steve Walker, and he may be in front before they even get to Cascades. That's not quite the case. He goes wide to try and cut him back down towards Island Bend, but he's only got the outside line to play with, Alex.
Great move though, he looks like he's positioning him up nicely. He just needs to try and hold this around the outside, see if he can get the run. Oh, just a little bit too deep there.
Okay,
good exit though, nevertheless.
Yeah, he's going to get a good exit. David Baker starting to creep up on them though, even though we've still got 2.5 laps still to run here. Steve Walker keeping his distance just a little bit so that he doesn't get held up too much by Dan Craft as we head through this right-left section, and then Knickerbrook on the exit. Look at them using all of the curb there as we head up the hill, down to Druids once again. Steve Walker just can't find a way past, and that's one of the traits of this Oulton Park circuit. It is so narrow. He's off. He put 2 wheels in the grass just like he did at Watkins Glen a few races ago. Has a fairly harmless tap with the wall, but that's now allowed David Baker through up into second place.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Sorry, Alex.
I was about to say, what's important is he kept the car out of the wall. He needs to finish to ensure that his teams becomes the champions for season 7. He managed to do that, and he'll just settle in now, make sure he doesn't let any of those Peter Newman racing cars by him.
And Dan Craft seems to have the measure of David Baker. The lap times last time around, 125.4 Craft, 125.5 for David Baker. So I think it's going to be a task now for David Baker to take this race to victory, but we've got a battle shaping up for third between Robert Plumley and Steve Walker. So Steve Walker, after that off, seems to have recovered, and he fancies a podium.
He does indeed. And based on the fact that Plumley's struggling here, I think Walker may be able to do it if he keeps it clean. And look at that run. Plumley's definitely got some damage on that engine or direct car. It's not providing him the straight line speed. Down towards the chicane, he's going to go around the outside here. Oh, it'd be tremendous if he gets it done, but he doesn't, and he hits the tyre barrier, blocking the circuit.
Dan Blake cuts across. Will he get a slow down? Yes, he does. So he lifts off the gas. However, there's no one in sight really to gain from it.
He was 5 seconds ahead of Robert Graham, so he should be okay on that one.
He's still going slow, and I think he's just picked up the pace now. So he will remain in third place with, who's in fourth now? Robert Graham, with Peter Newman now in fifth place. I remember at the beginning of the race, Andrew, he seemed to be languishing in the teens, Peter Newman, but now he's inside the top 5.
Yeah, he did, he is, and he started 17th. Really good drive through the field. It's great to have a good car underneath you, and obviously Pete Newman does have that. Yeah, Alex, the slowdown's really unfortunate, especially when there's nothing you can do.
Well, yeah, he was just trying to avoid the traffic there. I mean, that's the one little thing. In a real world, he'd have been let off that and just carried on his merry way, but
didn't boot it, did he, over the grass?
No, not at all. So, yeah, that's one thing. I guess at some point, we'll get some sort of logic system in place that will look at that and allow that sort of thing to go. But yeah, fair bit of programming, I imagine, for that.
Looks like Plumley's retired from the race, so that's unfortunate. But actually, Dan Blake's up to third place on the timing screen now, so worked out really well for him. I don't know if something else happened to Steve Walker.
Steve Walker's currently shown in sixth place.
Yeah, well, of Walker carried on, but he had to back it up, didn't he? So he lost quite a lot of places there as well. So Blake did overtake him while avoiding it. So.
In front of Russell Laidler, Alex, as well. Laidler's been quiet today.
Yeah, well, I think let's focus our attention on Daniel Craft here coming up to the last corner of the race.
Indeed. Apologies for that. Daniel Craft, excellent job, and he wins for Peter Newman Media. That's brilliant for him, and definitely a step in the right direction for his team.
Yes, whilst Dan Craft managed to win Watkins Glen for Peter Newman Media, with Simon Fields winning for them at Canada, and Dan Craft takes a victory for them at Oulton Park. So 3 wins in a season for Peter Newman Media. That equals the record by Lugnuts and Oculus 360. So Peter Newman Media up there with the top teams this season.
Podium finish for Dan Blake as well. That's really good from him. That's I think it's his second one of the season, maybe the third. We're just waiting on some cars still finishing the race. So Halit Ertas, good drive from him, actually 24th on the grid. He's going to finish 9th in that Oculus 360 car as well. And a very good effort from John Roberts, 21st to 10th, despite having contact with Colin Steele. He's brought the car home in one piece. Excellent job from John there. Jay Wright in 11th, and that's all the lead lap cars. Only the top 15 actually scoring points, so we're going to get another situation, Alex, here again, potentially, where someone like a Kart von Glan 7 laps down might be on pole again.
Right, let's run through that really quickly and bring up our magic dice then. See, obviously P16 still there from last race. My 3 courtesy rolls upcoming, 18, 20 and 16. So the magic pole position is going to be 15th.
So Robert Plumley, the 15 again. So race 2, the draw for race 3 at Montreal saw 15 being drawn and and here at Oulton Park 15 again, and that will put Robert Plumley onto pole position. So don't worry, Andrew.
15th is a cracking place to finish in race 2, Adam.
Yeah, and don't worry, Andrew. It looks like you might get your Robert Plumley victory still with him on pole position. Alongside him will be Paul Smith with Stephen Burke in 3rd, Smolensky in 4th, and Jay Wright in 5th. So it's all shaping up for a fantastic race.
We'll see if we can get 2 pole positions, 2 race victories in consecutive weeks.
Right, shall we have a look at some incidents now in a bit more detail? Shall we have a look at that incident once again between Stevens and Von Glan?
Yeah, I definitely think that's worth doing. It was for a podium place at the time. And unfortunate really for both men. They were having very good drives up until that. So
What was it? Lap 6? Lap 7?
End of lap 7.
End of 7, was it?
Let's see if it's...
Oh yeah, last corner, wasn't it? Yeah.
Just got to find it. Right, okay, that is it. So let's just... let's
Classic one, wasn't it?
let's wind that back. We'll take it in some sort of slow-mo and have a quick look at it.
I will put blame on Von Glan.
Moved over, hasn't he?
Let me
Sadly.
come up in the chopper was a good
Chopper's the
cam,
best
wasn't
one.
it? Just to see what's sort of going on, so...
Yeah, I think Von Glan thought that Stevens had more room. I think Stevens... Yes, in fairness, like Stevens could potentially have moved further over, but... Can't put blame on Ellis for that one.
Fantastic job by Dan Kraft to avoid it all.
Yeah, and actually...
yeah, absolutely,
Walker
definitely.
as well.
Looking at it from the chopper, Stevens even saw him moving over and tried to brake to get out of it. He saw he was coming over and there was nothing he could do.
Oh, he did, yeah.
And yeah, even then he was just like, oh crap.
Yep, yep, and
So, tried to break out of it, nothing, and then
the shenanigans afterwards were very good as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure he actually saw him. He's just turning around, I think, and it's just.
By the way, though,
the reaction was brilliant.
iRacing physics on that one.
Oh,
That was the
amazing.
slowest crash you've ever seen, and look how far he goes up in the air. Oh dear, it's good to see Ellis taking that fairly well, though, to be honest. But he's got another chance, hasn't he? Race 3, the final round of the season, round 18. Adam, what do you think? What do you expect from that one?
I think expect anything. The final race of last season at Bathurst, I think we only had about 6 cars finishing on the lead lap, so anything could happen. Let's just wait and see.
Well, we'll have to see if it's overcast as well, because that could throw something else in. But thanks for joining us again. Thank you to Adam and Alex. And, well, David Baker's the champion. Dan Kraft won race 2. We're going to see, are we going to get a third different winner of the meeting? We're going to have Robert Plumley on pole position. Join us again very soon for the final round of this Season 7 of the BSRTC.